Back everybody to another cracking day out here in the beautiful scenic rim. That low level crowd sitting just above the course. We're not interrupting the fog there today. Okay, you can hear the umpires in the background there on the radios getting things ready to go. We're looking for a 7 o'clock start, so it won't be too far away from the first race of the day. If you're joining us on the live stream, beautiful drone shot there looking over the start line and that right-hand bank, which was the master planning for the Olympic Games. The concepts was to turn the course around, head down there, but at this stage looks like they are heading to Rockhampton instead of using the current facilities we have here. But another cracking day, a little bit of a light breeze this time. It's a tailwind, so coming down the course rather than that one hitting them in the nose of the boats that have had that northerly for the last couple of days. So on time this morning, looks like the crews are getting themselves ready down at the 1500 metre mark for race 144 of this regatta. The Championship Schoolgirls Year 10 Quad Scull Heat. So just the 2 heats in this one, so top 5 will progress through to the final. Got our guest starter from Mount Isa on the start line today. So we'll see how Lockie goes up there. And a big shout out to all of our volunteer boat race officials and all the other volunteers that are helping around a regatta, especially a regatta of this size. There's a lot of them there, a lot of purple shirts cooking breakfast up there as well in the Lewards Hill tents. And not to mention a lot of the coaching staff and the parents picking up a lot of work to make these sort of events happen. Okay, Coxon's doing a good job there if you're watching us on the live stream. Keeping them in a reasonably straight line there. Just as I said that, the Margaret's crew decided to stop. But it's always the way, isn't it? Don't forget, if you're here on the headland, make sure you tell the grandparents, the aunties and uncles, the older siblings to jump on and have a look at the live stream. Even yourself, pop it onto your phone as well. It certainly enhances the whole day with these great images, and you get to see the full course, not just the last couple of 100 metres from there. So results are live as well, so qld.rowingmanager.com, and all the information about the regatta is on the homepage there as well. So you can pick up the links to the live stream, and if you're looking at it on your phone, it is best to click on the mobile results. That makes it a lot easier to see than scrolling through small little websites and things like that. So with the southwesterly wind, we'll call it at the moment, the usual balloons that fly around the scenic rim here, they're actually heading the other way today, heading more towards the coast than coming out over the dam, like we usually see around this time of the day. So yeah, generally around now, when you're looking like we are to the north, you'll see those big balloons in the air, but I did notice coming out this morning, they were heading more easterly towards Jimboomba and back in there. And we have a start in the first race of the day, Heat 1 of the Schoolgirl Year 10 quads. The St Margaret's crew over in lane number 1, St Aidan's in 2, Somerville in 3, Brisbane Girls Grammar in 4, Stuart Home in 5, All Hallows in 6, Genesis Christian in 7, All Hallows number 1 in 8, Townsville Grammar in 9, and Linda's Farn in lane 10. Great to see these 10 lanes being used, one of the only 10-lane courses in the world, and it certainly gives a lot more opportunities for more racing to occur than if you have to cut back down into 6 lanes and things like that from there. So very, very spoilt out here we are to have this this beautiful big course with these amazing conditions kicking it off here. So the Linda's Farn and the All Hallows crews just poking their nose out through that first 250. As we're coming up towards the 1,000 metre mark there, so that's 500 metres done. Again, progression for this one is top 5. With the 2 heats, the top 5 from each heat will go through to the final. We've seen some of these All Hallow crews, especially in these sculling boats, the doubles and the quads, have been quite dominant in the heats, but things obviously tighten up once we get to final time. But that All Hallows crew of Cavalucci, Gallagher, Ball and Kendall, with Smearden in the coxswain seat, doing very well there now. They've actually just dropped the rate back down. They've got a nice solid lead. The Lindisfarne crew just sitting on their stern as well. And then across to the Brisbane Girls Grammar crew in lane 4 on the other side. So they're our top 3, but remember top 5 go through, so everyone is still in contention for that 4th and 5th spots. Just a slight little chop on the water. It's actually quite nice to row with a little bit of a chop in it. You get the waves coming underneath the boat, or the bubbles coming under the boat. It makes it sound like you're going fast as well. So certainly won't be impacting on the cruise. The small little waves we've got out there now compared to Saturday afternoon when we had that front come through. That was very, very nasty indeed. But that All Hallows and Lindisfarne crew really stretching their legs through 500 metres now. Then across to that Girls Grammar crew just with their nose in front of Somerville, and back to Stuart Home. So they're our top 5 at the moment. The Black Townsville Grammar boat is certainly sitting hot on their heels. The All Hallows crew just backing down the rate, but still holding that nice boat speed. Girls Grammar crew on screen there now on the live stream, looking really long and strong as well, sitting comfortably in that 3rd spot. But the race is for 4th and 5th. The Stuart Home and the Somerville boat are currently sitting there at the moment, but that Townsville Grammar crew will be keen to push up on the stern of those ones, as is the St Margaret's crew on the far side now, just coming onto the stern of the Stuart Home boat with 250 metres to go. But that All Hallows crew looking strong all the way from start to finish. The Girls Grammar crew finishing stronger than the Lindisfarne crew over here in lane 3. It will be Somerville across the line in 4th, and Stuart Home just ahead of a fast finishing St Margaret's crews to get that all-important 5th spot there as well. So great race from the St Margaret's girls in that last 250, but they left their run just a little bit too late to take out that 5th spot from their good race for 7th, 8th and 9th there as well, with less than a boat between all those crews. Oh, sorry, it was the and the St Aidan's crews just rounding out the field. In the heats, we run a 5-minute gap between the races, and then we goes out to 10 minutes once we get to the finals there to enable the medal presentations, things like that. So pretty quick. And if you're joining us on the live stream, you can see the crews coming into the start all ready for the next race. So this one is Heat 2. So again, top 5 through to the final, the other 5 eliminated. Somerville in lane number 2, All Hallows in 3, Stuart Home in 4, St Pat's in Townsville in lane 5, Brisbane State High School in lane 6, Somerset in 7, St Aidan's in 8, Varsity in 9, and Trinity Lutheran in lane number 10. So got some of our residents over on the bank over there with a very big pelican population, especially this time of the year. as they are having their babies. Now, I can't remember what a baby pelican is called, but if you're coming in from the west, from say Boonera or Kalbar area, you'll see all the pelicans down on the upper reaches of the dam. They are joined by a lot of black swans as well during this time of the year, obviously, as those eggs are hatching. They've got a choice of Lake Wyaralong or Lake Eyre at the moment, I guess. A little bit far to fly all the way out to Lake Eyre, so I reckon it's not a bad spot here. We've got about 20 kilometres of water from the course here up to the upper reaches to where the pelicans hang out. And they certainly do look at you weirdly when you start rowing up around where they live from shore. They don't see a lot of rowing boats 20 k's up the course, but yeah, when you do get up there, it really is special. There's an amazing facility here to be able to have that long training opportunities, as well as the short 2K and even the 5K time trial stuff that we do on this reach of the lake here. So lots of pelicans around, very healthy water obviously now. Dam's been in for, holy smokes, must be 10 or so years, I guess. So that ecosystem really starting to kick off around here. But a good race back on the water in heat number 2. So I think that's the Somerset crew on the bottom of our screen down here. And the Stewart Home crew up at the top there with their nose in front. But yeah, still anyone's race through the first 500 or so metres. Again, top 5 through, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, probably 8 boats still in the hunt for this one. Good to see the green Somerville boat coming down the course there now, and the girls have got the green ribbons in the hair, obviously doing a bit of work on the hair already this morning. We do see some elaborate hairdos during the day as we get a little bit of time sitting down, and it is that Somerville boat in lane 2 with the Stewart Home boat sitting beside it with the lead. They were that far in front. I missed them last time when we were looking at the screen. So those two well and truly clear of the field, but a great race for the minor placings and those all-important spots in the final tonight, or this afternoon, I should say. Just looking on the live stream there, that red boat, the Red Shed, which is a new club started out of the Black Mountain Rowing Club in Canberra. It's an absolutely amazing facility on Lake Burley Griffin there with coffee shops, function areas, gymnasiums, and a real focus on community rowing down there. You know, looking at those schools that don't row, but also the parts of the community that don't row as well. And it's been an amazing program down there. They are running the Golden Oar on the 1st of November with some pretty big prize money for that one for sure. So I've heard the Sikovic brothers are coming across for that, plus a number of international rowers. I think even Kim Brennan is dusting off the Zudi to jump in a boat as well. So yeah, some of those Red Shed boats are starting to pop around the rest of the country as well as they change their fleets over and things like that, with the State High crew rowing in that distinctive red boat from the Red Shed in Canberra. Okay, still out in front is the Somerville and the Stewart Home crew doing it easily, coming through into the Red Boys, but the battle is on behind them. So the St Aidan's crew sitting comfortably in third place, but a good race for 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. Remember, 4 and 5 are the only ones that go through. So it'll be Somerville and Stewart home across the line in 1 and 2. St Aidan's looking good for that third spot at the moment. And maybe that red boat is currently sitting in 4th with the State High crew. But it'll be the All Hallows crew or the Trinity crew on this side that'll get that 5th spot. So St Aidan's in 3rd, State High in 4th. Oh, I think the Trinity guys may have got the 5th one there. So based on those 2 heats, I think we are in for a very good final in the schoolgirls Year 10 quad sculls. Heading down now to the 1,000 metre start is next race 146. The schoolboy Year 9 double sculls. So again, just the 2 heats for this one. So it'll be top 5 through to the final. Full 10 lanes in this one. We've got Hamish Taylor from Churchie in 1, Jacob Spink from Townsville in number 2, Hayden Lee from Somerset in 3, Rory Green from Rocky Grammar in 4, Somerset College Edward Holt in lane 5, Brisbane Grammar Henry Lilly in lane number 6, Trinity Lutherans Max Dobbin in 7, Shalom Stanley Marsh in 8, Finn Heapy from Somerset in lane 9, and Toulouse Jaden Van Royen in lane number 10. So good spread from Townsville down to the Gold Coast in this one. Oh, sorry, they're double sculls, this one. There's another rower on each of them. I won't go through the names as they're just tapping into the start now. Just doing a quick little reset of the electronic timing system. So we'll just hold this race a little bit until we get that sorted. We are pretty much on time. So directors and coaches, make sure you're sending your crews down on time. Okay, looks like we are back into action again. The umpire has asked them to head towards the start line. So that Shalom crew needs to get a little wiggle on. They're only holding everyone up. We want to come in all rowing pretty much in a straight line, looking left, looking right, keeping life nice and easy for the starter. Okay, in these near perfect conditions, but can get a bit hairy, especially at that 1,000 metres as the wind blows down from the overflow winery at the far end of the course there. Just a shout out for our brekkie crew up in the Lewards Hill tent. Grab your brekkies early. I saw that Christy was very busy at the coffee cart there as well this morning, with lots of heats on in these bigger boats. So plenty of parents out here as well. Don't forget we've got ants on the other headland, over on the competitors' headland as well. I snuck one of the bacon egg rolls with spinach and relish yesterday from the Lewards Hill chefs over here. It was very, very good. So, yeah, certainly pop up to the tent and grab yourself one of those for breakfast, as we have a start now in race 146, heat 1 of the Year 9 Schoolboy Double Sculls. Most of them coming out about 37, 38 strokes a minute. Gotta love the schoolboys. We'll see how long they can maintain that rage. Some of them do it all the way down the course. So yeah, that green boat of the Somerset College crew poking their nose out in front, with the Rocky Grammar crew just sitting probably canvas back, and that's about all. And then across to the second Somerset crew, Townsville Grammar and Churchy over on the far side. That's one of the good benefits about the course. You can see if you are joining us on the live stream, it is very fair. The wind is equal for everybody here. If we get a mad westerly, it can favour the lanes closer to the headland a little bit. But other than that direction, it is a really, really fair course, which is one of the reasons we moved from up on the Sunshine Coast, from Kawana. That was very unfair, especially when that breeze used to kick in the afternoon. But super fair here, as we found out on Saturday afternoon. Even though it was rough for everybody. So fairness was fine. Obviously, the first priority for the umpires is safety, and that was why we had to just delay racing there. But certainly the results were fair all the way through. Okay, looks like those boys are maintaining that rate, still sitting at about a 35, 36 strokes a minute in that green boat, and leading the field well. The Rockhampton Grammar pink boat, we have seen a few for many years now, is hot on their heels. Again, top 5 is the progression for this, so they will be able to back it off a little bit as they come into the Red Boys. What am I saying? They're Year 9 schoolboys. Of course, they're not going to back it off. They will want to win. So that Churchy crew on the far side may have just snuck ahead into that third spot there now. Then the second Somerset College crew and Brisbane Grammar, probably the top 5 at the moment. So Somerset College, Holt and Who definitely out in front. That Churchy crew really has put the pedal to the metal and pushing up for second spot, and maybe even a shot at the front. No, the green boat's gone with them as well. So Somerset looking good, coming across in first. Rocky Grammar staying with them as well on their heels. Churchy holding down third spot. Brisbane Grammar in fourth, Somerset in fifth, and Shalom and Townsville just behind there, missing out on the final. Great race there in heat 1. Oh, sorry, it's a semi-final 1 of the Year 9 Double Sculls. Okay, heat semi-final number 2 on the water as well. As we said, only a 5-minute gap, so certainly keeping the umpires busy back up and down the course. Lucky we've got a couple of those low wash, or 4 of those low wash cats out here now. They certainly cover some kilometres each year up and down this course. Okay, we have Emmaus College in lane number 1, Southport in lane 2, Varsity in 3, Trinity Lutheran in 4, Shalom in 5, Cathedral in 6, Southport in 7, the 2 Churchy boats in 8 and 9, and St Peter's in lane 10, closest to us here. So sort of seeing that seating working well there with that nice V shape, but the Southport School are bucking the trend over there in lane 2 and sitting probably in second spot there at the moment. From the Cathedral School boat and then back to the Shalom crew as they come through 500 metres halfway. The bowman in the TSS crew over there, Drew Galley, really putting the big ones in, asking more from his buddy in the stroke seat. There is a good challenge there for that second spot. The Cathedral School crew looking much calmer in lane number 6 there. So I think that TSS crew is starting to run out of gas a little bit there now as the other crews start to come through again with Cathedral and Shalom there, the second Southport crew of Derman and Milligan now coming into contention for that third spot. They've had a good press through that last 250 metres heading into the Red Boys. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boats all fighting for 5 spots. We will see how they go as they come to the line. We've seen all sorts of chaos occur in this last 250 metres with people going for swims and all sorts of stuff. The Shalom crew, though, have pushed over the top of the Cathedral crew, as has the Varsity crew on the far side, sitting in third spot there now. The Cathedral guys decide to put a little kick on the line and may just get it. Won't matter. Both of them through to the final. It'll then be Varsity, Trinity and TSS across the line for our top 5. Back to the 1,000 metre start. Lockie will be enjoying staying at the one spot for a while. Certainly keeps the starter busy when we're changing spots all the time. So 3 semi-finals now for the schoolgirl Year 8 single sculls. So it will be top 3 through to the finals. 9 boats in this one. So it was obviously a similar progression through from the heats. Over in lane 2, Emmy Ramett from Brisbane State High. In lane 3, Zoe Ho again from Brisbane State High. Lane 4, Stuart Holmes, Polly Hollett. Lane number 5, All Hallows, Olivia Alford. Lane 6, Rocky Grammar's Aggie Long. In lane 7, St Pat's, Townsville, Chelsea Skinner. In lane 8, Rockhampton Grammar's Amy Holcomb. Lane 9, Cathedral Schools, Isla Sullivan. And lane 10, St Margaret's, Charlotte Burney. Again, like the boys' races just had, these are seeded events, so we are expecting those middle crews to be faster. And it certainly is the case with Aggie Long from Rockhampton Grammar putting clear water over the field as they come through the first 250 metres of the race. Bit of bragging rights over with the two state high rowers side by side over on the far side of the course, looking at each other as they're heading down towards the 500 metre to the halfway mark there now. So it's actually the St. Pat's rower, Chelsea Skinner, that is doing the best of them as they come through that 500 metre mark. So the field's still pretty tight. There's still plenty of them in contention. Again, it's only top three. So, yeah, this is a tough one, having the three semi-finals, and the whole field, other than the Chelsea, is only maybe 2 lengths apart from each other. Wow, this will be a great race as they head into the 250 metres to go. Umpires, eyes up on this one. President of the jury and regatta referee today, Chloe Schwabel from Townsville. So we've got a really regional focus here today. Lockie from Mount Isa on the start, and Chloe from Townsville taking control of the regatta. Chelsea Skinner continuing to push out in front, but the spectator headland, the competitor headland coming to life over there as they see all these other athletes having a great battle here for these minor placings as they come through with around 200 or so metres to go. So the two Rocky Grammar rowers definitely in the hunt here with the State High rower on the far side. Only 2 of those will go through, but it'll definitely be the St. Pat's Townsville rower, Chelsea Skinner, across in first place. The battle is on the line now. I think Emma Ramett over in State High is going to get across second. And Aggie Long will get that third spot there between. Oh, that was close. Imi Holcomb nearly got them on the line. That was a really strong finish from her, but just left the run that little bit late. They look pretty pooped on the line there. That was a hard race. There is nowhere to hide in these semis when it's only top 3 for that make it through from there. So well done, girls. Great race. And straight back down to the start. 5 minutes is not a whole lot of time, especially when we've got 20 athletes across 2 races. Well done to our umpires and especially the marshal up there, keeping them on the course and ready to go. Right, semi-final 2, top 3 through. St. Peter's Lutheran, Emily Kerwin into Brisbane State High's Emily Knight in lane 3. Somerville's Lucia Doolan in 4. All Hallows, Celia McMenamin in 5, Jasmine Tang from Somerset in 6, Elkie Wood from St Margaret's in 7, Stuart Holmes, Isla Anderson in 8, the Cathedral Schools, Chloe Radcliffe in 9, and Rocky Grammar's Sophie Benton in lane number 10. Starting to see that V shape happen already. That blue All Hallows boat of Celia McMenamin just poking out in front as they come through the first 250 metres. From the drone shot on the live stream there, I think conditions are actually getting better as the sun comes up and things start to warm up here. We certainly can't complain. What is it saying the temperature is at the moment? It's a balmy 16 degrees. That's not too bad, is it? Who'd want to live anywhere else than Queensland? Okay, that blue boat still staying in front Looks like the far side of the course might be doing a little bit better than the near side here as they come through towards 500 metres now. So may have our top three sorted already. All Hallows, Somerset and St Margaret's, with clear water over the top of the Somerville and the State High rower. But as we've seen, lots have happened in the last 250 metres. That last race we saw everything changed probably in the last 10 strokes or so it was. So we'll keep a close eye on these girls as they hit the red buoys there now. Our top three is actually pushing away from the field there as they do come into the red buoys with 250 metres to go. 7.65, there you go, Bob. Your seating's been pretty good. So that obviously shows that the girls were putting in a full effort in the heats as well as the finals, and we generally see that in the Year 8 races over 1,000 metres. They're over relatively quick. So you haven't got a lot of time to mess around. Again, that competitor headland coming alive, willing their school friends across the line. But it is the All Hallows, Somerset and St Margaret's rowers looking the best with not too many strokes to go. The St Peter's rower on the far side there, Amelia Kerwin though, she's keen to hook back onto these three and see if she can pinch that last spot. Has pushed away from the rest of the field as well with these three, trying to catch them. She may have left a run her little bit late. We'll see how we go over these last 10 or so strokes, but it'll be the All Hallows and the St Margaret's rower across in 1 and 2. The Somerset rower Jasmine having a look just to make sure she's got that third spot there as well over the fast finishing Amelia Kerwin from St Peter's. Okay, no rest at all for our starter down there or our umpires down here on the finish line. We are away again with semi-final number 3 of the Year 8 schoolgirl single sculls. Nambour Christians College, Sophia Biddle in lane number 2. St Pat's Townsville, Greta Thompson in 3. Somerville's Waverley Palmer in lane 4. Cathedral Schools, Abby Turner in 5. Trinity Lutheran, Isabel Lynch in 6. And Lexi Wood in 7. St Patrick's from Townsville, Lillian Ponty in lane number 8. Shalom's Caitlin Solon King in lane number 9. And St Pat's Townsville, Sienna Cresswell in lane number 10. Wow. We've got Townsville, Bundy, Rocky. We've got athletes from all around the state, Gold Coast, in this one. And a good race as well with 5, 6, 7 of them still in contention through the first 250. Probably that green Somerville skull of Waverley Palmer, just with the nose in front of the Cathedral School's Abby Turner. And back to Trinity Lutheran's Isabel Lynch holding 1, 2, 3 there at the moment. But rest of the field still connected on their sterns. Good to see the Somerville girls with the green ribbons in the hair. And a few of the extra speed sunglasses on there as well. So as we were talking to Chris Holliday, a high performance coach, he said that that is free speed The more expensive your sunglasses are, the faster you go, apparently, is the way that it works. But back to the racing, continuing here. Still Somerville, Cathedral and Trinity with their nose out in front. The St Pat's Townsville rower of Lillian Ponte, though, is pretty keen and has had a good push through that 250 metres or so to just get back on the tail of those leading three. As I said, it's those Speed Sunnies. Big cheers again from the competitor headland over there. And also the spectator headland is starting to fire up now as these athletes come through with only around 200 metres to go. Wow, really good push from the St Pat's rower there to join in to that top three that had clear water over the field. She's really kicked that rating up and is keen to pinch that third spot. And the way she's going, she may even get the second spot at the moment. Is absolutely flying coming home. The Trinity rower there, Isabel Lynch, she'll need to get a wiggle on here because the St Pat's Townsville rower has her in her sights. But it is the Somerville rower, Waverley Palmer, over in lane 4. They're doing it best at the moment. Cathedral School's Abby Turner sitting in second, but the race is for third place here. Has Lillian used all the gas up, or is she still able to hold it? So it'll be Somerville across in first, Cathedral in second. The race for third here, I think the Trinity rower, Isabel, has done enough to fight off this fast finish from Lillian from St Patrick's Townsville. That's the way they'll finish there. Somerville, Cathedral and Trinity College, 1, 2, 3. But a great race there from Lillian Ponte from St Patrick's, pushing them all the way. Heading all the way down to the 2,000 metre start. So another down the course. Obviously out here in the beautiful scenic rim region of Queensland. We had Mayor Tom Sharp here yesterday, jump on the microphone for a while, had a bit of a chat about some of the sights and sounds, and some great shots over the scenic rim there now, with Flinders Peak in the background. So some amazing bushwalking up around White Rock, Flinders Peak there as you head back in towards the Ipswich area, and then across into Ripley and through the Flinders-Karawatha corridor, that area is called. Lots of development, obviously houses and things going in there, but there is also maintaining a great recreational corridor through this area. And Councillor Sharp was talking about yesterday how this area on this Boona Desert Road, as they call it, wants to remain as a real recreation focus. Here at the dam, we've got some amazing downhill mountain bike trails just over to the northwest of where the start line is, and through to bushwalking, and even at the northern trailhead there, the beautiful old Queenslander house you can actually rent out and stay in as well near the Queensland Moto Park. But back to the racing, I guess. Conditions, wow, they are absolutely spectacular down there at the 2K end of the course. So this is the big boys' time, schoolboy single sculls. We have one scratching in this one. The Rocky Grammar rower is out, but other than that, it is as published in lane 3. Katie and Hatchet from Varsity. Lane 4, Emmaus is Nicholas Thompson. Lane 5, Shalom's Trey Hargraves. Lane 6 is scratch. Lane 7 is Varsity's Charles Hill. Lane 8, Cathedral School's Riley Hibble. Lane 9, Arthur Edmonds from Brisbane State High. And lane 10, Townsville Grammar's Nicholas Beaumont Walsh. These are heats, so these are not seeded, so any lane can pretty much win this one. And we're seeing that at the moment spread out all across the field. Probably the two on the far side, the Varsity rower and the Emmaus rower, doing the best as they come through the first 500 metres. Just that empty lane of the scratched rower in the middle of the course there, if you're wondering what's going on there with our live stream, watching it online. G'day to all of our international people, our international guests that joined us yesterday. We had US, UK, Ireland, lots of different countries joining us, as well as a big following, not just in Queensland but all around Australia as well. So don't forget, if you are here, tell the grandparents, the aunties and uncles and siblings to jump online and watch these images. They are absolutely amazing. The drone footage especially completely revolutionises our sport. I remember you look at some of the old footage, they used to have trains running up and down the courses there for people to watch the racing, but we get to see it from every different angle now with the BMA crew. Wow, this has certainly tightened up this one. The three crews over on the eastern side of the course, the Cathedral School, Brisbane State High and Townsville Grammar now pushing up on the Varsity and Emmaus rowers on the far side. It is 3 heats, so only 3 through. So you don't want to be in 4th and 5th, and they are really fighting for that now. That Townsville Grammar Black Skull of Nicholas Beaumont Walsh is going quite quick there, having a good push, getting up alongside those two rowers on the far side of the field. And Cathedral School's Riley Hibbard going with him as well. Those two are probably the fastest two boats on the course at the moment, but I think it might be Emmaus as Nicholas Thompson has risen to the challenge from these two crews over in lane 10 and 8. Still got a long way to go. Haven't hit the 1,000 metres yet. Rating about 30. All of them are very similar rate at the moment. So nice long rate. looking to just settle into it now. Obviously the first 250 metres is pretty exciting, get the heart going. The next 250 you're looking to settle down from there and rattle through to the 1,000. That's when everything really starts to hurt from that 1,000 to the 1,500. The lactic acid builds up in the legs. Your lungs are on fire. Your brain is going, why are you doing this? Please stop. And then all of a sudden you get to the 1,500 and you hear the crowd and away you go again. And then you hit the red boys with 250 metres to go and you hear the spectator headland come to life. And you forget about all of that pain you had from that 1,000 to 1,500 and away you go. But these boys looking really strong now, maintaining nice length, nice rhythm and nice run on these boats. Wow, that has been a really good push from the Cathedral rower and the Townsville Grammar rower. They've probably come up into first and second spots now. I think those two are hooked up to each other and making it a bit easier to get across. Okay, the Emmaus rower Nicholas Thompson just sitting in third spot there now. He's on the screen, but he's cruising at the moment, so we'll see whether he wants to go with these other two or if he's happy to hold that third spot, which is all you need to do to get into the final. Okay, coming through 500 metres. There now, the field is really starting to spread out. The Townsville Grammar and Cathedral School rowers over on this side. Again, clear water over the rest of the field. With the Emmaus rower sitting in third spot as well. So they're our top three. These three out in front, I wouldn't say cruising, they're putting it in, they're getting the heart rate up, warming up this morning. It'll be a bit chilly for some of those North Queenslanders here at 16 or so degrees. They probably don't see that too often, so they'll be winding up from there, but it'll be the Cathedral School rower across in first place. Tagging along his tail the whole way has been Nicholas Beaumont Walsh from Townsville Grammar. He'll come across in second. And the Emmaus rower that shot out fast was happy to just settle into third spot there across in third place. Okay, about 10 or so minutes, or 8 or so minutes, I'd say, these races are taking. So we'll have the next race on the course. As we said, only 5 minutes between races. And there you go. If you're watching us on the live stream, we've shot across straight to that. Again, top three through to the final. Okay, this one is heat number 2, Brisbane States High. Johannes Victor over in lane 3, Varsities. William Crowley in lane number 4, Emmaus as Joe Oll in lane 5. Townsville Grammar's Harry Bunday in 6. Brisbane Grammar's Oliver Kent in lane 7. Holding Surely Dooley Oliver's done some rowing, hasn't he? He's been in just about every grammar crew that's come up and down here, I reckon, recently. Varsity Colleges, Andrew Fan in lane number 8, Geelong's Jacob Nord in lane 9, and Cathedral Schools, Braden Regatta in lane number 10. But yeah, Oliver Kent, as we said, has done plenty of laps, and he's got pretty used to this course by the looks of that. Clear water over the rest of the field as they run through the 1,000-metre mark. They're now back to the Townsville Grammar rower sitting on his stern, and clear water to everybody else after that. From the angle, looks like the Cathedral School rower in third place there at the moment. But Oliver Kent showing everybody how it's done, even taking a glance up at the drone on the way just for fun and games. If you're watching us on the live stream, good advertisement there for the Wintech boats. John O'Vola over on the competitor headland there as well. So there you go. Nothing wrong with the Wintech International there. Doing it easily over the rest of the field as they come through. Well, Ollie's probably got 200 metres to go. Everyone else has got about 250 or so metres to go. But I think our top three are pretty much sorted. Brisbane Grammar, Townsville Grammar and the Cathedral School as they head into the Red Boys. So some of the competitors over there encouraging their rowers to try and sneak into that third spot. The Emmaus College rower there, Jai, just kicking in that last 250, but Braden picking up the rate there just to hold off those fast finishing Emmaus College rower there for Cathedral will take out the third spot. Looking forward to when these boys put the throttle down in the final there this afternoon. Okay, heat 3 underway as well. Eight rowers in this one, or 7 I should say. 1 scratching. Redbank Plains, Cassidy Elam Allen in lane number 3. Townsville Grammar's Julian Beaumont Walsh in lane number 4. Brisbane State High, Jason McKenzie in 5. Ignatius Seth Chun Lee in lane number 6. Emmaus College, Harry Brandt in lane 7. Scratching in lane 8, so nobody in that one. Townsville Grammar's Finn Pacey in 9, and Varsity's Joshua picking Pentland in lane number 10. So Jason McKenzie from Brisbane State High with clear water over the field. Then Harry Brandt from Emmaus College sitting on his stern. But a good race for third there as well. Cassidy Elam Allen over there in lane number 3, holding down third spot at the moment. Okay, coming through the 1250 mark with 750 metres to go. Another one of those Wintec Internationals, Jono. They're obviously pretty quick, these singles. They dominated these last two races here. We've got a real selection of boats out there now. That's if you're watching us on the live stream, that's a Hudson, so a Canadian boat there. And I see Cassidy rowing a Swift over on the far side there. So Swift, part of the Perfect Balance rowing crew that are here at the Regatta as well, one of our major sponsors. So they do the Swifts and the Philippes. But a number of the Aussie-built Sykeses still up and down the course. So the Brisbane State High Row are doing it the best. Then back to Harry Brandt from Emmaus in lane 7, just sitting on his stern. They've backed the rate off, both these two now, as has Cassidy over in lane number 3. Pretty safe, clear water over the rest of the field, nice conditions. So shouldn't be seeing any of those nasty, choppy finishes, especially as that northwester kicks in here. And a few swimmers on the Saturday, but these guys looking nice and solid as they head towards the finish. Okay, and as it has been for the last 3 quarters of the course, it'll be State High across in first, Emmaus in second, Redbank Plains State High in third place. They're our top 3 heading through to the final this afternoon. Okay, starter moving now to the 1500 metre mark. Semi-final of the schoolboy year 10 double sculls. So just the 2 semi-finals here, so it'll be top 5 through. Full 10 lanes on this one. These should be getting a bit closer as we move into semi-final time. Brisbane Grammar number 2 crew over in lane 1, St Luke's in lane 2, Trinity Lutherans number 2 crew in lane 3, Brisbane Boys Grammar in Brisbane Boys College in 4, Brisbane Grammar School in 5, Southport in 6, Somerset in 7, Brisbane Grammar 4 in 8, Trinity Lutheran 3 in 9, and Townsville Grammar in lane 10. Okay, we have got a pretty good rate and a pretty good line even through that first 250. The Southport crew just with their nose ahead of the field, but only a couple lengths separating the next 6 or 7 boats behind them. Top 5 through. Southport crew rating 34 there. Oh, these are year 10, so they're a little bit more sensible than some of the craziness we see in the younger age divisions. These guys maintaining that nice length in the boat, but a fantastic race for the minor placings as they come through the first 500 metres. Looks like our top 5 is starting to settle into position at the 1,000-metre mark there now, with the TSS crew out in front, then back to Brisbane Grammar, Brisbane Boys College, Somerset, and St Luke's to the top 5 at the moment. Obviously only 500 metres in, so lots can change. Okay, so that top 5 continuing to keep clear water over the rest of the field as they come with between the 500 and 250 to go. So TSS still commanding lead out in front. The second Brisbane Grammar crew, the old Brisbane Grammar number 4, has pushed up into contention through that 500-metre mark. Somerset crew just keeping an eye on them, as the other Brisbane Boys and Trinity crew on the far side. So TSS, Grammar 1, BBC, Trinity. But a good race here for that all-important 5th spot. The Grammar crew nearest to us really kicking the rate up there now, trying to catch that Somerset boat. But they've risen to the challenge and increased that rate as well. The TSS crew cruising along, doing it quite easy, coming towards the finish line. So it'll be TSS in first, Brisbane Grammar second, BBC third, Trinity fourth. Okay, 7-8 was what the umpires said, so it'll be the Somerset crew across in fifth spot, sorry. Okay, straight into semi-final number 2 now, already underway. Just off the start, it is again a full 10 lanes in this one. Trinity Lutheran in lane 1, Townsville in lane 2, Genesis Christian in 3 and 4, Southport in 5, Trinity in 6, Cathedral in 7, Churchy in 8 and 9, and the Cathedral School in lane number 10. Pretty much going to seeding at this point of time, although that Churchy crew there of Webb and Kylie just breaking the the formation and keen to sneak into that 5th spot and pinch a spot in the final. But pretty much the 2 Genesis crews, Southport and Trinity, out in front there with clear water over the field, and that Churchy crew just sitting on their tail. Still a long way to go. Messing around this cruise. These guys are sitting on about 34. The other boys were rating 30 in that previous race. So obviously keen to take out the top spot, get the better lane, this top 4. They are not resting at all as they come through just past the 1,000 metre mark now. Sorry, that was the 750, so halfway through the race, and that top 4 starting to push away. The Churchy Cruise just sticking with them a moment, may have broken contact with the top 4 boats, but the Churchy Cruise sitting in that all-important 5th spot there, and the Cathedral School hot on their tail as well. So Trinity, Genesis, TSS and Cathedral still holding that lead, but the Churchy Crew has snuck up on their tail. So that's our top 5 as they come through the 250 metre mark now. So these top boats really just sort of backed it off there now. Realising top 5 going through. Although the Trinity boys had backed it off, but the Cathedral Crews decided to give them a race, so they've had to kick it back up again. They want to finish this one in first spot, secure those middle lanes for the final. So it'll be Trinity across in first. This other Cathedral Crew is now having a real crack at the Churchy Crew that was coming up, but they've steadied off a bit there now. So it'll be Trinity, Cathedral, Genesis. Oh, I'll have to come back to you on the 5th spot there. That Cathedral Crew really did catch up on the Churchy boys at the end there. And they are hurting those boys, so we'll wait to get confirmation from the umpires as to who got that all-important 5th spot. Just checking with the umpires there. It was the crew from Churchy that just snuck into the 5th position there through to the final. Just holding out that fast finishing Cathedral number 2 crew. So well done, Churchy boys. You have snuck through in to the final. Okay, heading now back to the 1,000 metre start, keeping the starter on the hop there. Changing around start positions all the time is always fun. For a couple of semi-finals now, so 3 semis in the next set, so it'll be top 3 through to the finish, through to the final, sorry. We saw some great racing in the heats in this Year 9 girls singles, so expecting these semis to be super exciting. Full 10 lanes. Molly George from All Hallows in lane 1. Addison Stanton Cook from Shalom in 2. Amani Knox from Brisbane State High in 3. Chloe Ryan from Stuart Home in 4. Brisbane State Highs. Lilia Howe in 5, All Hallows, Ruby McLeod in 6, Brisbane State Highs, Sophia Rabanal in 7, Cathedral Schools, Georgia Gordon in lane 8, Brigidines, Alexi Galea in lane number 9, and Piper Chalmers from St Margaret's in that distinctive orange cap in lane number 10, just coming into the start there now. Okay, and we are away in semi-final number 1. Only 1,000 metres, so this will be over relatively quickly. So no messing around in these shorter races. You need to come out fast and you need to stay fast all the way through. Don't think we need to worry about the seating. The whole field is less than a length apart coming through that first 250 metres or so. I think it's the St Margaret's rower closest to the spectator area here of Pippa Chalmers, just with a nose in front of Georgia Gordon from the Cathedral School, but everybody still well and truly in it through that first third or so of the race. Just scanning across the field on the live stream there, seeing some very different techniques in each of these rowers. Some are rating really high, some are rating really low, some are rowing long, but all pretty similar in speed as they come through the halfway mark there now. So St Margaret's still out in front, Cathedral in second, and All Hallows in third. Again, only the top 3 through to the final. So the rest of the field will need to get a wiggle on. Hey, the field coming back to the St Margaret rower there now. She's popped back into with everybody else sort of thing. So there is a race on for that third spot. And Molly George over in lane number 1 is challenging the St Margaret rowers, Pippa Chalmers, who came out awful fast for that third spot. Girls all having looks around there now to see where they are and how they're going. Top 3 only through. But Ruby McLeod and Georgia Gordon with clear water over everybody else in this scrap for that all-important third spot. Molly George over the other side there, really putting the hammer down, keen to pinch that third spot from St Margaret's Pippa Chalmers over here closest to us, as is the state high rower coming through the middle there with a lot of speed as well. But it'll be All Hallows across in first, Cathedral in second. And I think it's going to be the second All Hallows rower, Molly George, over the far side there, that will get that all-important third spot. Okay, and straight back down now for semi-final number 2, already well and truly underway. Katarina Cook from Brisbane State High has cleared out from the rest of the field already through that first 500 metres, we'll say 400 or so metres of the race or so as they head towards the 500 metre mark. Coming across the field, we've got St Andrews in lane 2. All Hallows, Lucy Hawkins in 3. All Hallows, Maggie Rowan in 4. Katarina Cook from State High in lane number 5. Cathedral School, Zoe Webster, because the Cathedral rower that is out in front. I didn't realise we've only got 9 in this one. All Hallows in lane 7. Olive Martin, lane number 8. Somerville, Bridget Hurst. Ashley McKinder from Lindisfarne in 9. And St Patrick's Amia Landy in lane number 10. So that red/pink, I don't know what we'll call that colour boat of the Cathedral School, still well and truly out in front. But a great battle for that all-important second and third spots. The competitor headland coming to life now, as is the spectator headland, as these rowers push through with only about 150 metres to go. Cathedral still holding the lead. Then All Hallows, State High, Somerville, all still in it as they head towards the line. 4 is not going to go into 3, so we'll see who wants it more with about 20 strokes to go. But we can write number 1 against the Cathedral School in this one. The 2, 3, 4 is where the race is. All Hallows on the far side, State High in the middle, and Somerville here closest to us. I think it's going to be whose oars are in the water is going to be the one that wins it. So Somerville across from All Hallows, and the Brisbane State High rower just missing out. Straight into it again, the final semi-final for this Year 9 schoolgirl single scull. 9 rowers in this one. Sophia Whistler from St Margaret's in 2, Rocky Grammars, Sammy Lou in 3, All Hallows, Sophia White in number 4, Brisbane Girls Grammar, Coco Kent in number 5, Lewis Hill, Stella Beattie in lane number 6, Elisa Kavovic in lane number 7 from All Hallows, Rocky Grammars, Madeline Lloyd in 8, Audrey Peaty from St Aidan's in number 9, and St Pat's Townsville, Charlie Skinner in lane number 10. So Audrey Peaty from St Aidan's there with clear water over the field through that first 250 metres, heading towards the 500 metre mark there now. So the All Hallows, Lewis Hill and Girls Grammar rowers in the fight for the second and third spots through to the final. Yeah, Pelicans enjoying the view there as the rowers go past that 500 metre mark. Wow, this is going to be a great race for these minor placings as it really is heating up now. We saw certainly lots of things happen in this last red boy section of the course, these last 250 metres. But the St Aidan's row are looking strong as they come into that mark now. Won't write that number down just yet. Don't want to give it the kiss of death. So the St Margaret's row on the far side, just on the heels of this All Hallows Girls Grammar and Lewis Hill rowers that are holding down second, third and fourth at the moment. He's up, umpires. This is going to be a good one as they get close to the line. The St Aidan's row is still out in front, although that was a bit of a wobbly stroke. So they just watched not back it down too much, the St Aidan's row. She doesn't want to get done, so it'll be, I think, Lewis Hill now. Across in first, St Aidan's in second. Brisbane Girls Grammar will get the 1, 2, 3. He's got a bit of a delay. We had to hot swap a couple of boats here. Actually occurred over here on the spectator headland. The boys jumped quickly into the girls' boats and are making their way down to the start there for the next race. Great drone shot there coming down the course on the live screen. One of our major sponsors here at the event is Robbie Consulting. I asked him how long he took to put that name up yesterday when Robbie sat down and joined me. He told me it didn't take him long at all to consider that name. So Robbie's been engaged with rowing in the US for many, many years, and is a really valuable resource for parents and Aussie athletes looking to go and have a look at the opportunities of rowing in the States after school. I guess one of the key messages that Robbie said yesterday was to talk to him early. You know, if they're thinking of maybe that's something they do want to do, don't wait till year 12 to have a talk. We have seen over the years a number of Aussie athletes go over there and have a great time, and a number of Aussie athletes go over there and have an absolutely miserable time. So I think that's a really valuable resource to have somebody that knows the ins and outs. And one of Robbie's main messages was to make sure that the athlete fits, or the student fits with the university and fits with the programs that they offer from there. So you don't want any of those square peg round hole situations from there. So certainly, you know, if you are thinking about heading over to the States, certainly have a chat to Robbie. It doesn't cost anything to have a chat. He has been around the rowing scene over there for many, many years, so he understands what all the different universities are about, but not only from the rowing front, also from the academic front. A key message from him is, you know, what the universities are looking for is that well-rounded student. So good marks, you know, good personality for a sporting program, but you know, it's not all about just ergo scores and things like that. And I guess the main message really is if you are thinking about doing it, have a chat early rather than leaving it through to year 12 or so. A mate of mine's young fella is actually one of the punters at Long Island University over in the US, and they played the Gators down in Florida in front of 60,000 people the other day. It was pretty amazing watching the college scene over there. And the rowing programs, especially in the US, are starting to get to the next level. You know, there's always been the Harvards, the Yales and all those sort of ones, but we're seeing Texas and these other universities really step up now to be dominant programs from there. Chris Holliday joins me in the commentary box now. Mate, have you had much to do with the US programs?
Great to be back here, Maz. No, not as much as in terms of minus having athletes obviously go over, finishing school, but was very fortunate to have attended the Head of the Charles a few times, which is an absolutely great regatta. I think it's probably just as good as Henley, just a very different sort of vibe. But, last time I was there was about 400,000 spectators sort of littered the whole way down the Charles River. So it's just those sort of events where it's really much that sort of collegiate and club rowing that we don't see as much here in Australia, which really drives the community rowing up there.
Yeah, I was having a look the other day at a friend's daughter was rowing over there, just jumped onto their regatta management system. Holy dooly, they have a lot of rowing going on over there. And, it starts off in the regions and then it becomes more sort of, southern versus northern versus eastern versus western conferences, and it all comes together in that NCAA at the one of the ends. So, it's not the same course every weekend, that's for sure. They certainly mix it up over there. They've got some great venues as well. So yeah.
Yeah, as well as they have like a lot of the colleges there have these sort of match fixtures as well. So it's just, college versus college sort of every other week. So there's a huge amount of various levels of rowing.
Yeah, and the good thing, for many years here, it was a bit of an attitude of, you go overseas, you're dead to us sort of thing on the international scene. But, Rowing Australia's got John Bowes, the famous nudgy coach that took them to, I don't know how many umpteen Head of the Rivers wins over here. He's pretty much based over there full time now, monitoring all those athletes. And usually at an under 23 level, we see, two Aussie eights, a boys and a girls eights, with most of them based over, in either the US or the UK. So there is definitely a pathway through into senior representation as well, or even just to, to get that amazing experience over there as well. But, not selling short the Australian programs either. If you do stay in Australia, the cis-asses get into that categorised stuff as well. It is amazing. And heading down to the NTCs in Canberra and in Sydney, it's pretty special venues. A huge thank you to Gina Reinhardt, who, supports the athletes directly with funding based here in Australia as well. Okay, looks like we've got some racing back on the course here now. From the 2K, it is the Championship Schoolgirls Double Sculls. So just the two heats in this one. Lewards Hill over in lane 3, Good Samaritan Catholic in lane 4, Trinity in 5, Lewards Hill in 6, Rockhampton Grammar in 7, Scratching in lane 8. Lane 9 is St Patrick's in Townsville, and lane 10 is the Cathedral School.
Yes, and at this stage it does look to be those young ladies from St Pat's Townsville, who are currently our race leaders, sitting about a length ahead of their closest competitors over there from Lewards Hill. Trinity very much still in the mix, and then a little bit further back to Cathedral.
Jeez, mate, not bad conditions out here today, that's for sure.
Oh, definitely a huge improvement from some of those conditions we saw on Saturday. Very brave athletes out there, some of those year 8 single scullers that were quite happy to battle those conditions.
So the Good Samaritan crew based up on the sunny coast there, probably holding down third spot at the moment. Only the two heats, so it'll be top 5 crews through to the final, coming through the towards the 1,000 metres, so through the halfway mark there now. Those St Pat's rowers setting a nice rhythm and a nice rate there, just cruising along well, getting that little bit of extra run on the boat in with every stroke as well, just holding that lead, looking back at making sure they're staying in front of the rest of the field.
Yeah, these young ladies very much in control of this race. They definitely, you can see the crews from Lewards Hill and Good Samaritans definitely putting a bit of pressure on them. But those 3 boats moving away from the remaining field, finding out for those top 5 qualification spots. So the real race here at the moment would probably be between the Cathedral School and the other Lewards Hill boat. on either end of the course. Both those crews at this stage sitting barbell on barbell, sitting, fighting it out for that 5th and final qualification spot. Trinity just sitting slightly ahead of those two crews, currently in the 4th place. And Rockhampton Grammar just that little bit off the pace, but definitely not out of the runnings to move themselves back into a qualification spot at this stage. So quite a close race for those final spots in the final later today.
That low cloud we had over the course early this morning has certainly well and truly burnt off now. The sun's come out and the wind has actually dropped down even more. So absolutely perfect conditions for rowing. Coming up towards Pelican Corner there now. We'll call the 1,500 metres or so, and it has tightened up out front. And the issue is with those 3 boats sitting behind the first 3, because there's only 5 going through.
Yeah, the young ladies from St. Pat's definitely feeling the intensity of the race lifting. You can see them doing a little bit of a push there, just trying to make sure they're maintaining their leads. Just having a quick look over the shoulder, making sure they've done enough to maintain that top spot and get the lane draw in their favour. But at this stage the race is well from being over as we're moving into that last 500 metres. That intensity, as I said, in the middle of the field for those final qualifiers.
Got some tape on the shoulder of the Good Samaritan rower there. Aspire Health set up over in the big shed on the competitor headland there. They do a great job at keeping these athletes on the water. A lot of them are doing a lot of races. As I mentioned before, Oliver Kent, I don't know how many times I've seen him come up and down the course lately. So if you do need a little bit of a massage, a little bit of strapping, just to take care of those niggles, pop in and see the Inspire Health guys. They're regular out here. They do specialise. Well, I don't know if they specialise. They are really good in the rowing world at getting athletes back on to the water, but also helping them, you know, post the regatta to then run through that recovery stage as well. They do have an office in West End, just down the road from most of the rowing sheds, so nice and handy there as well. They not only do, you know, sports physio and things like that, they do nutrition service as well. So as we know, with a lot of these younger athletes and things, a lot of them do need to bulk up a little bit or trim down a little bit, and they can certainly help out with that. Well, I think our top 4 is settled. It's going to be number 5 is the trick, and I think that Trinity boat may just do enough there to sneak into that 5th spot. But the St. Pat's crew pretty much led from start to finish. Will come across the line in first place.
Yeah, great control there in that St. Pat's crew. Young Georgia Creswell and Luca Hammond, coached there by Harrison Parks and Nisha Hammond. They've done a fantastic job just consolidating that race early and just controlling it down the course. They will be the winners of Heat 1.
With Trinity getting that sneaky 5th spot in there as well. So. Okay, heat number 2 well and truly underway, coming through the halfway mark already. As we said, 5-minute intervals for these heats, so it is pretty quick. Looking across the course, we've got Trinity Lutheran in lane number 3, St Margaret's in 4, Lewards Hill in 5, Rocky Grammar in 6, St Pat's from Townsville in 7, Brisbane State High in 8, Varsity in 9, and St Luke's in lane number 10. It's those orange hats in the St Margaret's crew with their boat out in front as they come through 500 metres.
Yes, Ella Walsh and Millie Campbell looking in fine form right there. 4 or 5 lengths up on the rest of the field. This race definitely a little bit more dispersed, I would say, and I think there's a few crews quite confident in their positioning to progress through to the finals.
It seeing a lot of these Wintec International boats on the course there, certainly up at the pointy end of the races as well. Jono, I think he's over on the headland over there. I saw him over there over on the competitor headland. So obviously pretty quick hull design, those ones. They seem to be really strong in the certainly at the pointy end of the field. But it's the St Margaret's girls that are doing it at the best at the moment. Top 5 through. Might be interesting for this 5th spot. I think the St Pat's crew is holding there at the moment. Against the Trinity crew on the far side. The spectator and competitor headland willing those Trinity rowers to sneak into that 5th spot. But the St Pat's crew here closest to us.
Yeah, it looks like St Pat's will be
the St Luke's crew closest to us.
Yeah, St Pat's sitting there in 2nd place with Brisbane State High School, and I believe
Lewards Hill across in 4th. The race is for 5th between St Luke's and Trinity on the far side.
But I think St Luke's have just lifted that tempo a bit earlier and definitely managed to secure themselves that place in the final over Trinity Lutheran. And on the course now, we have Heat 1 of the Schoolboys Year 11 Championship Single Scull. Again, 2 heats in this event. First 5 progressing through to the final. And at this stage, it looks like Oliver Kent sitting quite confidently in the lead.
I don't even think he gets off the water. I think he just rows back down and starts again, that fella.
He just gets a couple of gummies in him, and then
he goes again.
Off we go.
So I don't know how many laps he's done of this course in the last couple of days, but wow, he's looking good out there again in front of the field. This year 11 category is a really super strong year level. A number of these athletes will be in the top boats at the school, obviously, and we saw some of them. A lot of them in the 8s race there yesterday afternoon. We did forget to present them with the trophy, so we will have the trophy presentation for the boys 8s. We gave them the medals, but not the trophy, once we start medal presentations again today. But Oliver Kent showing his class well and truly out in front of the field there in another one of those Wintec international boats.
Yeah, the real race will be for the remaining qualification spots in this event. Does look to be our State High Sculler of Joshua Pointer sitting in 2nd place. But very close behind them is Kenmore State High School, the Southport School. The young sculler, another sculler from Grammar there. These 4 now moving up on the rest of the field, securing themselves the remaining spots in the final. But it will be Brisbane State High School. sorry, Rockhampton Grammar, forgive me there, of Ryan Henry, taking out second. You can hear that hooter going off. We'll wait official results.
Anyone's
much
call on the way
much
they
closer racing there
finish
for that second to fifth and those final qualification spots in the final. But Oliver Kent has definitely secured himself one of those middle lanes for the final later on today. And we're waiting for those official results, but we will move on to heat number 2 in the Year 11 Schoolboys Single Scull. Those athletes are slightly out of the screen, but we do have in lane 1, Southport School William Barnes. In lane 2, Churchy Rocco Pini. In lane 3, Bundaberg State High School Axel Wickham. In lane 4, Townsville Grammar, Liam McKay. In lane 5, Brisbane State High School, Alex Cook. In lane 6, the Southport School, Leonardo Hughes. In lane 7, Brisbane State High School, Scott McDonald. In lane 8, Brisbane State High School, Flynn O'Loughlin. In lane 9, the Southport School, Josh Cameron. And in lane 10, Townsville Grammar, Gus Muraf. Unfortunately, they are currently not in frame as we are probably awaiting our drone to return to the course. And there it is, heading up. It does look to be our sculler in lane number 6. That will be Leonardo Hughes, who's currently leading the field here. But similar to that previous heat, those remaining spots are anyone's. There looks to be very little in it from 2nd to 7th currently, but there's Leonardo Hughes currently in frame, looking very much in control of the second heat. One can only presume that Leo and Ollie obviously have already taken each other's numbers. And then I would say Flynn O'Loughlin sitting in second. And Liam McKay very close on Flynn's line there. As these athletes are now in that final 500 meters, we can definitely see the intensity lifting up in the second semi-final. Not much in it for those remaining qualification boats. There's definitely 5 boats fighting it out for the final 4 spots. At this stage, Flynn O'Loughlin and Liam McKay definitely having moved out. Oh, forgive me. Liam McKay, yep, moving out in front of the remaining field. But then we've got that Churchy sculler of Rocco Pini in lane 2, starting to make a very significant move, as well as Josh Cameron. And Josh Cameron just edging his bow slightly ahead, finding out that very valuable 4th place. But that race will really be for those final qualification spots coming into the last 100 meters. And there we have it. Leonardo Hughes taking out the win in the second heat. Flynn O'Loughlin will take second. I believe that's Liam McKay, Scott McDonald, and Josh Cameron rounding out that final. What a finish there.
What do you reckon, Super Coach? How's your athlete go in that one? Happy with that result?
Look, we might have to have a few words there. Fine form there.
I can't complain. He won the thing, so you got to let him off there.
Oh, yeah. Have a little bit of a chat after this.
Of course, of course.
A little bit of a debrief there.
Okay, keeping Lockie on his toes up in the starters tinny there. He'll be just about running out of fuel. I think he's done that many laps between the 1500, the 2K and the 1K, but he's back at the 1500 there now for this championship schoolgirls year 10 single scull. So just the two semi-finals in this one, so it'll be top 5 through to the final, a full 10 lanes. Lily Nelson from St Pat's over in lane number 1. Shalom's Mary Stelmack in lane 2. St Aidan's Lucy Quartermain in lane number 3. Genesis Christians Pia Muller-Croft in lane number 4. Lane 5 Cathedral School Zoe Webster. Lane 6 St Patrick's Townsville Holly Wilkie. Lane 7 All Hallows Isabel Patterson. Lane 8 Lewards Hills Lucinda Stanley. Holy dooly, 10 lanes is way too many. Linda's Farm, Zara White, and Somerville's Maria Fiorama in lane number 10. This is a great one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them within a length of each other as they come through the first 250. So anybody in it at this stage, that's for sure.
How good is this race coming down here? These year 10 girls really setting the standard. There's not much in it. No one's settling down and taking control too early here.
Yeah, Pia from Genesis has been coming out to the Coastal Academy out of Cleveland on every second Saturday out on the beautiful Moreton Bay area there. She's sporting a very short haircut. I don't know what happened there with the crew cut look, and currently holding down probably 4th spot in this one. Don't forget all the regional clubs. We are heading your way in the next couple of weeks, early October. We are up in Rockhampton out at Emu Park. Those Rocky Fitzroy rowers down at the Australian Beach Sprints Championships in Sydney have done well. A couple of bronzes, and I think there was a gold as well. So good representation from the surfboat rowers switching across into the coastal rowing ones from there. So all the Rocky Fitzroy, Rocky Grammar students, keep an eye on the Rowing Queensland website for when we're up your way. Then down to Bundy, out to the beautiful Bagara Beach, Nielsen's Beach out there for a couple of coastal rowing days out there as well. Then down into Harvey Bay for all the Maryborough crew. So if you are keen to have a go at the new coastal rowing boats, keep an eye on the Rowing Queensland website and make sure you jump in one of those come and try days. How's the race going here, Mr. Holiday?
Well, it did start off, as I said, there wasn't much spread in it early on, but there does seem to be quite a clear race leader, and that looks to be Holly Wilkie of St. Pat's, Townsville. Again, under the tutelage there of Harrison Parks and Sevasti Arends. I actually had a little bit of a chat to Harry last night and some of his young coaches. He's doing fantastic work up there in Townsville.
Yeah, it's a great bit of water up there, and the competition's always strong between those Townsville schools. Love nothing more than coming down here and beating these Queensland one. There's Pia from Genesis. Oh, that haircut's growing, or the hair's growing back a little bit from the crew cut we had a couple of weeks out on the coastal boats. Currently holding down probably 2nd or 3rd spot as they come into the last 500 metres around Pelican Point.
Well, there's definitely been a bit of a spread here in the field here. Once again, 5 qualifiers through to the final. And we've just heard from parents there.
We worked out why a pair cut the hair. It was for the ponytail project, which a number of the schools do from there. Is they make wigs out of the hair for people with cancer. So well done, Pia. I know my daughter, when she was at St Margaret's, did the same thing as well, but didn't do the full crew cut option like Pia did from there.
Well, it's funny, like not many people asking us, Muzz. I don't think they want the grey. They don't want the greys in there, but
mate, I don't have enough to cut off, so we'll make a wig out of mine.
And there Isabel Patterson from All Hallows in frame, currently looking very controlled. As we said in the second half of this race, the spread just getting that little bit greater.
She's almost as bad as Oliver Kent, the number of laps she's done up and down this course over the last couple of days, and is enjoying being able to just drop the rate and cruise through for a change instead of having to race all the way to the finish. Lots of podiums already for the All Hallows rower. Pia supporting that fast haircut is certainly working well out in front.
And just Pia spending that third 500 metres of this race, just pressing herself in front. Tempo that little bit higher, just wanting to secure the top seed in the lane draws. Holly Wilkie, though, just looking very composed, quite happy with her positioning. But we have now got a bit of a change in positioning here for these final qualification spots. All Hallows, the Cathedral School, and Lewis Hill all fighting it out. Not to mention there, I believe that young scholar on the other side there from St. Aidan's. But unfortunately just will have to settle for that 6th spot. But our qualifiers there coming from Genesis Christian, St. Pat's, the Cathedral School, Lewis Hill, and I'm just getting a few shout-out messages. We just say happy birthday to Indy McConnell from St. Margaret's. We hope you have a fantastic day today. Where else would you want to spend it but out here at Wyaralong Dam on the final day of racing for the Queensland School State Champs? So happy birthday, Indy. We hope you have a great day.
Okay, semi-final 2 well and truly underway now. Full 10 lanes in this one. Somerville, Imogen Wolf over in lane 1. Trinity Lutherans, Chelsea Kitto in lane 2. So I've got a scratching in lane 3, so an empty lane there. Lindisfarne, Maeve Swanson in number 4. Zara Hilton from All Hallows in 5. Sophia Preston from All Hallows in 6. Ayla Drury from Lindisfarne in 7. Scarlett Hall from St Peters in 9. Beth Curry and Esther Think from Somerset in 9 and 10. That red boat of Ayla's is out in front, as we have seen many times through the regatta here already. Then across to Zara Hilton in the All Hallows boat there. The Lindisfarne rower looking nice and strong, cruising through, heading towards the 250 metres or so now. Sarah Hilton just sitting on her stern. They are 1 and 2. Then back to Sophia Preston from All Hallows in third spot. And the St Peter's rower in fourth at the moment. Good race for that fifth spot. Mee Swanson from Lindisfarne over the other side, and the two Somerset rowers nearest to us here in the hunt for the fifth spot. But Ayla will come across the line in first place. Sarah from All Hallows in second. Sophia in third. Scarlett from St Peter's in fourth. I think the Trinity rower is going to do enough to hold off. Although the Somerset rowers are finishing very fast, but the Trinity rower will do enough to come across the line in fifth spot. There, Chelsea Kitto through to the final. We've just been handed a big punnet of fresh strawberries for Smoko. Very happy with that. They've reduced the price now down to $6 over here on the Spectator headland. So full range of different healthy and not so healthy breakfast options over there. Fruit, as I said, the bacon and egg roll is a good option as well. Everything even as simple as a piece of sausage on bread. So if you are feeling a bit peckish, pop up to the Lewis Hill tent and grab yourself some breakfast or even a little bit of smoko. Okay, Lockie with the starter moving again now to the 1,000 metres. Holy dooly, we are certainly keeping him busy this morning. Hopefully that tank of fuel is full in the starter's boat. Okay, heat 1 of the schoolboy Year 9 quad sculls. Just a 2 heats, so top 5 through Brisbane Grammar. Number 1 in lane number 2, Churchy number 2 in lane 3. Brisbane Boys College in 4, Rockhampton Grammar number 1 in 5. Southport School in 6, Shalom in 7, Emmaus in 8, Somerset in 9, and St Peter's Lutheran College in lane number 10. Holy smokes, they've come out quick, these boys. See if we can get a rate on one of them. 37 strokes a minute. Gotta love these quads. And the Year 9 boys only from 1,000 metres. So this will be over in no time at all. All still in it. Just the Somerset crew probably dropped back off the tail of the field, but certainly all the rest of them are in it. Maybe a canvas across the field. So this will be a great race. Well, there's not much, not much changing in this race, that's for sure. The Brisbane boys, College boys, just out in front, maybe half a length, that's all. In one of the bow-coxed quads we see there now. Holy dooly, it is literally a canvas between the rest of them though. Okay, the competitor headland has lit up now as these crews go past with 250 metres to go. Spectator headland is starting to get noisy as well. Okay, what have we got? Top 5 through to the final. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them within half a length. Eyes up, umpires. This is on for young and old. BBC still with their nose in front. Maybe Churchy or Shalom sitting in second. Not going to call it here. Holy dooly. Shalom might even get them first place. Have fun with that one, umpires. That was a great race. Got to love these quad sculls. They are always so close at the end of the line. I stupidly wrote in BBC 1 already, but I think the Shalom crew may have got them on the lines. I will come back to you shortly with the official results from the umpires. Okay, just a shout out from the Regatta referee to the competitor headland. We have got people arriving late to the start. So we need to make sure that we're on the water nice and early, coaches and directors. We can't run late today. Obviously, a number of clubs, athletes have got, schools and athletes have got planes, trains and automobiles to catch. So we need to make sure we are staying on time. So directors and coaches, please remind your athletes to be at the start on time. Okay, if you're watching the live stream here, we've got a nice warm-up sequence from the Stewart Home crew here. The Stewart Home 8 heading down to the start line there. The old finish pause. Good to set that finish position. Come on, girls, you butchered it. You're on the screen. So, yeah, good drill that one as a warm-up to set that finish position. You can see those hands held nice and high, drawing all the way through to about where the your heart rate strap would go, and that locks that position into your muscle memory, and you want to be hitting that, especially as the rate comes up. You don't want to be cutting it short. You want to be making sure you hit that finish position all the time. Okay, that was such a good race. We had a few boys in a little bit of strife on the finish line. Looks like the rescue boat has sorted all of them out. No defibrillators required, but maybe in the umpire's tent. But all the boys are rowing again. I will check and come back to you with those results. Umpires just running through the video of the finish line there to check exactly how they went. It was a really tough one to call. Lucky we have got a video camera there to do that. I will wait and come back to you soon with those results. Okay, let's see if Heat 2 is as exciting as Heat 1 of this Schoolboys Year 9 quads. Just tapping themselves in to the start line there. 8 boats in this one. Churchy in lane number 3, St Peters in 4, Brisbane Grammar in lane 5, Trinity Lutheran in 6, Varsity in 7, Ignatius in 8, Somerset in 9, and the Cathedral School in lane number 10. Okay, the word from the Regatta referee is they are pretty close with those results in the last. They are just double checking. That was super tight. Okay, umpires still chatting about those results. Looks like all the crews are clear and Heat 2 is tapping into the start. Yeah, just a little hold on there while those boats returning to the headland. A few of the rowers just suffering after that finish, as most of us were. It certainly was exciting. Safety boat returning to its spot on the far side of the course there now, so we will get a start in heat number 2. I wouldn't go too far, safety boat. I reckon we might have a few more heart attacks in this one as well. These quad races are amazing. The under-17 quads at the state championships in January, I think every race finished within about 2 bow balls of each other, and that was it. They were certainly the most exciting ones, and that's continuing here as these athletes move back into the school regattas instead. Okay, we are away, and wow, we are rating pretty high here, these boys straight off the line. .37, the Cathedral crew closest to us, and they are pushing their nose out in front. Do you reckon they can hold 37 all the way down the course? Wouldn't surprise me the way that last race finished from there. Oh, we've got it's opening wide up, this one, compared to the other one. We've got maybe half a boat length. That's about all, where we had only a canvas in the last one. So this is going to be another exciting one. I reckon that Cathedral School is out in front. Okay, we have gone official in the Heat 1. It was Shalom just pipping the Brisbane Boys College crew in lane 7 and 4. Third place was Churchy. Fourth place was Southport. And fifth place was the crew from Rockhampton Grammar. So well done, boys. That was a super finish. And hopefully these heart rates have settled back down as they've made it over to the headland over there. But racing continuing here in heat number 2. Not quite as tight as the first one, but still looking for those top 5 spots. And they are the ones at the moment that are probably the race down the field in the Somerset and Cathedral crews for that 5th spot. Competitor headland starting to cheer them on as they come past the point over there. Don't know if I'm allowed to say its official name on the air. Starts with bull, ends in you can imagine. The Cathedral crew certainly has continued that dominant lead from the start. They've wound it back to a leisurely 34 now, so yeah, still well and truly on the pace there. Keen to make sure they take this one out. Then it's across the field, probably to the Churchy crew on the far side, then St Peter's, and then the Trinity crew. But a good race here for the all-important 5th spot between Somerset and Brisbane Grammar. As we saw in the last race, a lot changes in these red boys. But the Cathedral School looking strong as they come with about 10 strokes to go. Churchy will get the St Peter's crew on the far side. So it'll be Cathedral, Churchy, St Peter's, Trinity, and wait for this one. This Somerset crew coming fast, but I think the Brisbane Grammar crew. Oh, two-seat fell off his seat right on the line. So another great race there in the Year 9 schoolboy quads. Looking forward to the final in that one. That is for sure. Well, these 5-minute turnarounds are keeping us pretty hot here, so no rest for the umpires, that's for sure. Okay, as we head back to, or I must say to Lockie, the starter, heading back to the 1,000 metres now. Schoolgirl Year 8 double scull. So these are the semis after a whole lot of heats there yesterday. So only the 2 semis. Bob's being tough here, so just the top 5 from each race through. Running across the field from left to right is Shalom in 1, Brisbane Girls Grammar in 2, Somerset in 3, Stuart Home in lane 4, Somerville in 5, Trinity Lutheran in 6, All Hallows in 7, Somerset in lane 8, St Patrick's and Townsville in 9, Cathedral School in 10, and we've even got a lane 11 here now, so there you go. Lane number 11 is St Luke's Anglican School. Yep, you aren't seeing things. There is actually 11 boats in this one. They are rowing across though, so it's actually Shalom is rowing in what we call lane 0. We squeeze them to the left because the transit lane is if you're looking at it on the screen on the right hand side, because the transit lane does run on the eastern side of the course, so want to make sure we don't have racing crews getting anywhere near the crews that are heading down towards the start. Right, top 5 through of 11. So this is going to be interesting. Shalom, just watch out for that big square boy over there. Just snuck past that one. Thank you. Umpire, you can see over there, is making sure that those crews are safe. I certainly would not want to be one umpire doing 11 Year 8 double boats, that's for sure. So good idea, BROs, to put 2 umpires on this one. although the girls are doing a really good job of keeping it nice and straight. All of the crews pretty much straight down the middle of the lanes. So we've got the Somerset, All Hallows, Somerville and Stewart Home crews with clear water over the rest of the field. It's that 5th spot that is going to be the one that counts, and it's Shalom Girls Grammar. And I think it was the St Luke's crew that in the hunt for that. So that's going to tighten up as we come through towards the last 250 metres and hit the red boys. Our top 4 is pretty settled, but it's going to be the race for the 5th. See Wendy Alexander over there on the umpires' boats on the megaphone, keeping everybody nice and straight. Obviously, as the rate comes up, the hammer goes down, the steering can get chucked out the window as we head into those red boys, and the red fog starts to get into your ears as the finish line approaches. Okay. That All Hallows crew looking strong with the Stewart Home crew just sitting half a length back, then to Somerville and to Somerset. So they're our top 4, but it's the race for number 5. You can hear the competitor headland really willing these crews on, and the spectator headland will pick up as soon as they get close to us with around 150 metres to go, about 20 strokes to go. That All Hallows crew out in front at the moment. Then back to the Somerville crew. Trinity sitting hot on their heels. And Somerset in that 4th spot, but it's the 5th spot that we need to worry about. And we've got 1, 2, 3 Cathedral closest to us. Shalom and St Luke's on the far side. One, two, three, 4. Oh, I think it might have been the Cathedral School on this side that snuck through to that 5th. We will wait to get the official results from the umpires on that one on the first 11-boat race of the day. Okay. Looks like another 11-boat field in this one. Mr. Alexander's obviously being very generous here, our regatta secretary. So we'll start off in lane 0 is the Rocky Grammar crew. Rocky Grammar number 1 crew. Lane 1 is Rocky Grammar number 2 crew. Lane 3, Brisbane State High. Lane 4, St Pat's number 3. Lane 5, St Pat's number 2. Lane 6, St Peter's. Lane 7, Stewart Home. Lane 8, St Margaret's 1. Lane 9, St Margaret's. Lane 10, St Rita's College. And lane 11, Brisbane State High. So again, wise choice. 2 umpires on this one. 11 crews. Don't often see that anywhere in the world, 11 boats in a race. So amazing, we can afford the opportunities for everybody to have a go on this great big course, that's for sure. You'll see world champs on over in Shanghai later today. A couple of Aussie crews through last night. The men's quad, Jackson Free from the Surfers Paradise Rowing Club qualified through to the semis in the quad. The women's pair also through to the semis, but the men's pair through into the D final. So our resident PR1 athlete who has been around a long time, as Don McLaughlin was talking about from the QAS, Eric Horry, up this afternoon as well. So Eric does really well at World Champs, seems to win gold all the time, but can't get that elusive gold medal at the Olympics. So he is looking super fit though. I saw him the other day. He's the fittest I've seen him in a long time. He is a real machine. So this might be his 4-year cycle with a bit of luck. So we'll keep an eye on him at this afternoon in the World Championships over in China. Got some interesting steering going on in this one here. The other girls did really well in the previous heat, the previous semi, I should say, but all back into their lanes and back on track now. They've got the St. Rita's, St. Margaret's, and then the St. Peter's and St. Pat's crews doing the best. The two St. Pat's crews. They're our top 4. Stuart Home and the Rocky Grammar number 2 crew are fighting out for that 5th spot, but the other Rockhampton Grammar crew and the St. Peter's crew are hot on their heels as well as they come through 500 metres. So the two St. Margaret's crews closest to us here, plus the St. Pat's Townsville crew over in lane number 5. Then back to Brisbane State High. That's our top 4. Battle still continuing for spot number 5 here. Good race for the lollies between the two St. Margaret's crews. This really is a race for the lollies between these two here, both from the same shed. I think it's going to be the crew in lane number 9 that does the best from the Maggie's crews. So it'll be St. Margaret's, St. Pat's, State High, and then a good race here between Stuart Home and the Rocky Grammar crew on the far side. The Rockhampton Grammar crew will just hold out this super fast finishing Stuart Home crew. Just left their run maybe 5 or 6 strokes too late to steal that 5th spot in the final. Great shot of the drone heading over the competitor headland there. If you're watching us on the live stream, don't forget to pass a message on to all the relos sitting at home, sitting around the world to jump on to the live stream and watch the events unfold during the day. I mean, we're seeing some great racing, and this is just the heats and the semis. Wait till we get to the finals this afternoon, and that's what we're talking about, the Jeep trophies. Holy dooly, they must be about 25 or so years old, I think, these trophies now from there. As we mentioned, with all the excitement yesterday, we forgot to actually give the boys their one, so we'll be presenting that to them later on in the day when we start the ones from there. But if you are over here on the spectator headland, pop over and have a look at those trophies. There's some great names that have won the state championships of the eights over the years that they've been run. All over Queensland, many years up in Bucka, up in Rockhampton, where we were due to go, but unfortunately we had that flood earlier in the year that took the course out. I was up there the other day. I see the course is back in again from there, so it was just too big a risk to not head back up there, just in case there was some weather dramas, which meant that we couldn't get there. Hence why the regatta was moved down here to the southeast corner from there. So, but always fun having this regatta up in the regions, as it is back here at the Queensland State Rowing Centre. I'm sure the Bucka pub loves it when we do turn up out to the back of Bundaberg there. That is an amazing course. It's almost purpose-built, just dead straight 2Ks, and nice deep banks there, so you do get fairly well protected by the winds, but certainly no winds to speak of here today at all at Lake Wyaralong in the beautiful scenic rim part of this glorious state of Queensland. Just watching the live stream there, if you were to continue over the top of the hill, you'd see Mount Marnie in the background, one of the most beautiful bushwalking areas all down there in those border ranges, the lower portals, the waterfalls, which is about a half-day hike up from Mount Barney Lodge, is truly spectacular. If you are going, don't be one of the idiots that gets lost up there without water. Make sure you know what you're doing. You are still in fairly rugged country up there, that's for sure. But it is a beautiful part of the world, down through Rathdowney into Beaudesert, Coralban, the resort just outside of Beaudesert there with the golf course. I've never seen so many kangaroos in my entire life as you find on the golf course at Coralban. I think they actually have a roster as to who's on what hole today, because there seems to be about 5 or 10 at every hole, and they don't seem to care that you're hitting off right next to them as well. So it is a truly magic part of the world. Okie dokes, big boy time now. Schoolboy quad sculls. Just the two heats here. Top 5 through to the final, coming all the way from the 2K. Somerset in lane number 5, Gregory Terrace in lane 6. The Auckland composite crew, they'll be an invitational crew, which means they can still qualify for the final, but they won't medal in the final. Townsville Grammar in lane 8, Pacific Lutheran in lane 9, and the Cathedral School in lane number 10. Okay, got to start in this one. The Somerset College crew over there in lane 5. Certainly shot out of the gate at a rate of 38 strokes a minute. But the crew over here, the St Peter's crew, that has been so dominant in the South Queensland schools regattas, wheeling them back in pretty quickly. So that St Peter's crew, I think, won just about all of the open quad events at the various regattas from there, and we've seen them jump into some smaller boats during this regatta as well. So a number of them Year 12 students, so this will be their last hit out, so they'll be keen to take out the gold medal in this one, and they are certainly showing their muscle now, putting a length over the field. Sitting beside them is that distinctive black Townsville Grammar boat, but still anyone's race with only 300 or so metres down already. Okay, just a shout out from the Lewards Hill tent up there. We have now opened up the lunchtime menu as well. So the gourmet beef burgers, pulled pork burgers and pesto pasta has joined the breakfast menu as well. So if you are feeling a bit peckish, the lunch menu is on, as well as all the fresh cakes, slices, biscuits, fruit and veg up there. St Peter's still holding everybody at bay as we come through first 500 metres of this one, looking strong, just dropping the rate down now, pushing that clearance out and holding the other crews at bay. The Auckland Composite has pushed over the top of that fast starting Somerset crew to hold down second spot, then back to Townsville Grammar and maybe a canvas. That's all between Cathedral, Townsville Grammar and Somerset. So top 5 through, so basically don't want to come in the last spot in this one. At this point it looks like that is the Terrace crew, just sitting on the stern of this 5. We'll see whether the St Peter's crew choose to give it a good blowout or whether they start to back it off as they come towards the 1,000 metre mark there now and just cruise through to the finish. We hope the Auckland crews have had a good time over here in Queensland. We've certainly turned on the weather for them, that's for sure. They had a dominant win in the heats of in the 8 there yesterday afternoon in the final. Sorry, but being an invitational crew, could not take out the gold medal. But having a fun time catching this fast St Peter's crew, looking really strong there on the live stream, coming through to the 1,500 metre point, Pelican Point.
Yeah, so we've done 3 days of this.
There certainly is some big boys in that Auckland boat. The St Peter's crew just dropped that rate down a little bit now. Just consolidating that first spot. They're keeping an eye on the crews behind them there. Spectator headland here cheering these crews on as they come through with the last 250 odd metres to go. Conditions are just perfect. That St Peter's crew taking over the lead from that fast starting Somerset crew and have cruised all the way down the course. They will be hard to catch in the final this afternoon. As we mentioned, quite dominant in that Southern Schools Conference regattas, and hoping to translate that into a championship win at the state regatta, but looking really strong with about 5 strokes to go. The Auckland crew having a good hit out there, moving from the sweet boats into the quad boats. Looking good as well. Leaving a bit in the tank. Good race here for 3rd, 4th and 5th. Not stressing too much about the rate there. They'll all progress through. So Townsville Grammar across in 3rd. Cathedral or Somerset, not too sure, across in 4th and 5th, won't matter. And it'll be the crew from Gregory Terrace missing out from the final there. Okay, with a 5-minute turnaround, we are straight back down to the course. Second heat coming through, close to the 1,000-metre mark there. Varsity over in lane 6, Ignatius in 7, Trinity in 8, Emmaus in 9, and Townsville Grammar in 10. It's the Emmaus crew and the Trinity Lutheran crew with clear water over the rest of the field. So it will be 5 crews in this one, so it'll be just top 4 through to the final. So once again, just don't want to come in that last position. The Emmaus and Trinity crew looking nice and strong, keeping that rate up at this stage. Sitting at 32 strokes a minute, just tapping it along nicely, keeping it light and bright. They'll be holding their energy for the final this afternoon. Then it's back to the Ignatius and Varsity crews sitting in 3rd and 4th, and the Townsville Grammar crew just bringing it up in that last place at the moment. So a mix of bow cocks and stern cocks boats in these ones. A big thanks to all the clubs and schools that have helped out the Auckland crews over here with boats. That one's a Vikings boat from the club in Brisbane. Obviously needing a heavyweight boat by the size of the lads in that one. I see some Surfers Paradise boats they're rowing in as well, Surfers Paradise Rowing Club. So good to see all of the rowing community getting behind these international crews that come over and join in our regattas, and I think we certainly see the same support when we do head over to New Zealand and race at the regattas over there. But the crew from Emmaus College here showing us how it should be done. So cruising through into the red buoys there now and looking nice and connected and sitting really strong in this one. You can see the bow ball not doing much, even with big boys in a quad. It's not diving at the finish, just continuing to run really nice. Head coach Kim Byrne would be happy with what she's seeing there, no doubt. Trinity really dropped the rate down there now. They're just happy to coast along in. The Townsville Grammar crew, though, they weren't happy with that 5th place. They've certainly kicked the rate up in the last 500 metres or so to challenge the varsity crew on the far side for that 5th spot. This is going to be an interesting race. So Emmaus across. Trinity in 2nd. Ignatius in 3rd. Battle for 4th here. Rate really coming up between these two. Oh, I think it was the varsity crew on the far side, but it is a funny angle here where the white boys are, so we will wait to confirm that with the referee in a second. So good race there at the end of that 2nd heat for the schoolboys quad sculls. Okay, while that quad race was on, we had a start and a stop in the race 171, the first heat of the Schoolgirls 8. They are currently swinging it back around, heading to the start. So the next race up will be 172. So heat 2 of the Championship Schoolgirls 8. We've just seen the big boys come down in the quads, and now we'll see the big girls come down in the 8s. Just waiting for them to get back into that into the starters' hands. Got a little bit of a weird northerly decide to pick up from nowhere. Hopefully that doesn't last too long. Okay, just having a look at the Windy app. Doesn't say too much about conditions changing a whole lot between now and the end of the day. Wind running between 3 and 4 knots with some gusts up to 12 knots or so. So let's hope these little gusts we're getting through at the moment will die back down again. Not really affecting the course at all in waves or anything like that from there. Just need to make sure those tents are tied down both on here on the spectator headland and over on the competitor headland. As the live stream, the drone goes up, heading down towards this race which is underway, which is Heat 2, race 172 of the Schoolgirls Open 8s. Okay, looking across the course, we have the crew from Lewards Hill, then St Hilda's number 1, St Margaret's, All Hallows 2, Stuart Home 2, All Hallows 1, Brisbane Girls Grammar, and the Auckland Composite Invitational crew. Again, that Auckland crew will progress if they get into the top 5, but will not medal in the final. And wow, it is pretty close, coming through 500 metres or so. I think it's the St Hilda's crew just with their nose in front, but nothing really in it. And across to the Brisbane Girls Grammar School over here in lane 9, and the Auckland crew sitting on the outside of Ted Hale's 8. I haven't seen a Ted Hale's 8 for quite a while. I wonder where they found that one. But yeah, anybody still in it. Top 5 through to the final, and we've got 6 all within a half a boat length of each other, maybe a boat length. That's about all coming through the first 750 or so. Mr. Mark Kendall joining me back in the commentary area, mate. Young Luca won again, or won that heat in the quad.
Yeah, they look great.
So
yeah,
continuing
nice
the form from the Southern Schools Regattas.
Yeah, they look good, and I think Evie's in this one.
All right, yeah, another
Hallows.
Kendall in this one, yeah.
Yep. So 2 Hallows crews in this one.
We often get yelled at on the Brisbane River, "Hello, Uncle Mark." So that's obviously who we get yelled at all the time from there.
Yes. Yeah, she's not shy.
So the sheds at West End there house, a lot of rowers from Brisbane State High or Hallows, obviously the big commercial rowing club, and then a bunch of busted old masters that row out of underneath the Rowing Queensland office there. A massive thank you to them to let us row out of there. We got a little bit homeless there when the whole blue card mess came in. So the Vikings, the Brisbane Rowing Club, Redlegs, and the Brisbane Grammarians row out of there. So, yeah, a bit of camaraderie that happens in the morning, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's nice.
But great racing here now. Nothing is certainly stretched open anymore. I think that yellow boat of the Auckland crew starting to get the swing on there now, may have just come into second place. Although it's still the red boat of St Hilda's over on the far side, may be holding second from them. But All Hallows out in front as they come through 1,000 metres there now. Still got 6 within a length or so of each other. And again, only 5 going through to the final.
No, it's a testament to the depth of Hallows. So I'm told that the first crew today, there's no one in Year 12.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they've parked it, and so I think it's primarily grade 10 girls.
And a lot of them wouldn't have done a whole lot of sweep rowing either, I guess. Being in grade 10, they've usually come through the quads. So this is always a bit of fun and games at the school champs to give them a go in the 8s before they head into the year 11 and 12.
Yeah, they're looking good. And when you're in Year 10, I think it's 1,500, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
okay.
right.
Yeah,
that's right. So not only going to sweep oars, but going another 500 metres as well from there. So yeah. Okay, that red St Hilda's boat on the far side of the course there, sitting in second spot at the moment as they head towards the 1,500 metres mark. Again, St Margaret's generally have a bit of a development 8 at this event.
Yep.
Generally full of Year 10s as well, to give them a go in an 8 before we head into the next year. This regatta, while there is a serious side to it, there's also that development opportunity and those social sides, which makes it such a great event. Okay, well, Hallows well and truly out front. The Auckland crew sitting in second place over the top of St Hilda's. Then back to Brisbane Girls Grammar. St Margaret's sitting in the fourth spot, or the fifth spot there now, I should say. I know it looks like the Auckland crew have swapped the Ted Hales for got a Wintec from somebody. So Schmied, and that's a Surfers Paradise Rowing Club boat, that one. So thank you to them for lending that to the crew.
How are their ratings looking, Murray, coming home?
Let me grab the clock. I don't think anyone's going to bust too much from it.
They're looking comfortable.
Yeah, very comfy.
Steady.
Yeah, 32 or so in the All Hallows boat. Just tapping that along nicely. Auckland crew probably 2 points up on them. Just keen to push it all the way through. They've come a long way, so they want to have a good race in all of these. But again, it's that that fifth spot that's probably the tricky one. St Margaret's and St Hilda's sitting in fourth and third at the moment, but it's the girls' grammar crew and the Lewards Hill crew, probably girls' grammar, doing a bit better. Oh, really coming home fast now, kicking the rate, but it's All Hallows across in first. The Auckland Invitational crew across in second. St Hilda's in third, St Margaret's in fourth, and the girls' grammar crew just picking up that rate to lock down that fifth spot in that last 250 metres over the Lewards Hill crew on the far side. So back now to race 171. That we had a false start or an issue on the start. I'm not sure why they restarted it. But we are moving back to heat 1. So 9-boat field in this heat 1. St Margaret's over in lane 2. All Hallows number 3 crew in lane 3. Trinity Lutheran College in lane 4. St Peter's in lane 5. Somerville in 6. St Hilda's number 2 crew in lane 7. Stewart Home number 1 in 8. All Hallows number 4 8s. Holy dooly. Everyone's having a row with the All Hallows crews by the look of it, so that's great. Fantastic opportunity for the girls to have a hit out in the big boats in lane 9 and Brisbane State High in lane 10. If you're watching us on the live stream there, you can see them just tapping into the start there now. Starting a little bit further down the course than we'd probably like. Okay, so the restart was actually a collision. That's what happened from there. So let's hopefully they can get away clean this time. It looks like they have. So St Peter's kicking out the front there. I've got them at a rate of 42. Off the start, so it looks like they've settled a little bit now from that initial go on there. So Mark, the St Peter's girls row in the different event to the boys, don't they? They're in the BSRA competition, that's right, isn't it?
That's right, so they competed in the head of the river the other day. So they've had a good look at the whole field. Well, in contrast, the boys' side of the shed don't really see the Jeeps guys until this sort of event.
Yeah. And are they rowing out of the same shed now? Are they all rowing out of Terrace, or girls still rowing out of BBC?
No, they've all moved up to Terrace.
Okay, that's good.
So it's great. Clean water up there.
Dodging those city cats on the Brisbane River, which we all love so much. Yeah, wise move to move up there, that's for sure. Okay, great race here. If you're watching us on the live stream, how good is that aerial shot of the drone sitting above these big boats? as they come through 500 metres or so. So Brisbane State High, All Hallows looking from the bottom of the screen up. Stuart Home, probably with their nose just in front. St Hilda's doing some interesting steering there behind them. Somerville sitting in probably 4th spot there at the moment. Then across to the St Peter's crew that is up with the St Hilda's crew vying for 1st or 2nd position. Back to Trinity, All Hallows and St Margaret's on the very far side.
First race after the break.
Just a shout out from the Regatta referee. We have had a few people late to start today, which has pushed the time back. So it'll be a 15-minute delay for the first race back after the break. So it was scheduled for 10:35. So it will be first race back after the break will be at 10:50. So that'll be the final of the Year 11 doubles. So a 15-minute delay after the break. So first race will be at 10:50. So Stuart Home just stretching their legs there now, with the St Peter's crew sitting at about half a length back to the team, then a full length back to the Somerville crew and another length to State High. They're our top 4, but a great race for that 5th spot, with pretty much everybody else still in contention for that, only half a length back from there. So we'll see how they go as they come a little bit closer. Just going through the 12:50 mark there now. Okay, a little bit of a chop you can start to see developing across the course and starting to get some waves here on the finish line. It does get rougher as you come down the course with the northerly or the northwester sort of wind we've got at the moment. So the Stuart Home crew out in front, carrying those hands nice and low in the boat as these waves do chop up a bit from there. Well done by the coxswain there, getting the crew to do all the right stuff.
Yeah, so Murray, what are the main adjustments you should do as the water gets rougher?
Yeah, obviously coming into a headwind, you want to delay that feather. Don't want to be having the blades pushing against the breeze, I guess, from there. And very much in a headwind, you want to try and keep those oars in the water for as long as you possibly can. So really, holding in, we saw I think it was the Stuart Home crew warming up at the start. It might have been the St Hilda's crew warming up at the start. There with that finish exercise where they were holding through to the finish pause. So that's what you'll be looking for now. You don't want to be cutting it short into a headwind. You want to be holding it all the way through, sending the boat away, and then obviously keeping those oars on the feather for as long as you can. Not to catch the breeze, but when the rate's up, it's a bit hard to do that. You want to make sure you're still getting that good catch, that's for sure.
And as you were saying, lowering the hands on the recovery a
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah. If you hit a wave or something, an unexpected wave, it will tip the boat over to the other side pretty violently. So definitely want to keep the oars away from the water there. And the Stuart Home crew showing us exactly how it should be done coming into the red buoys now. I think our top 4 is pretty settled. But it is definitely a race for 5th. So the St Peter's crew over on the far side. There's Somerville, State High and Stuart Home out in front. The ding-dong is, though, between the Trinity crew and the second St Hilda's crew. as they come through with about probably 25 strokes to go. But it's Stuart Home across the line in first. St Peters in second. Somerville in third. State High in fourth. Wow, that Trinity crew certainly put on a turn of speed as they got sort of halfway through these red boys, and they've blasted the St Hilda's crew away to take out that fifth spot there. Okay, break time. So as we said, returning at 10:50, so a 15-minute delay. We will do the same process as we did yesterday with the medal presentation. So cruise straight into the bank after your event, and we'll do a medal presentation straight away. If you do need to hot seat or something like that, that's fine. You can come and grab your medals, and we will ask that. We'll see how we go and try and organise that boys' trophy presentation, the Jeep Queensland Championship 8s trophy as well. We will organise that from there. No. Okay, so just running back through that one, it was Stuart Home across the line in first place, St Peters in second. I remember Brisbane State High in third. All Hallows were in there as well, and then it was the Somerville in fourth, and it was the Trinity crew that got the fifth spot.